There we go, guys. Hey, Facebook. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Let me bring in for a closer look. There we go. Now I'm in your face, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's National Day of Fix Your Camera. And actually, it's National Day of Splurge Yourself. So what did I do? Well, actually, I donned the yellow tonight, the golden yellow for, how should we say, the heat that's going on up here. What do you do on such a hot day to try to splurge yourself? Some people go, to the beach. They hang out by the pool. Me, I put the AC on like 50 and I vacuum. It tells you how fun my life is. But you know what? I wanted to splurge myself, even though the electric company was just going like that. Basically telling me down there. But doing those hard tasks, the really manly things, vacuuming your house. During those hard tasks, a movie came on, and this thing is iconic. It's something that all of us back in the early 2000s were kind of raised on, and it's quite ironic because during the early 2000s was when I was going through all them changes. It kind of matched up to the movie, and the movie was The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith, the Chris Garner best-selling novel about a guy who tried, had no support on the outside world, literally lost everything, living on the subways. If you guys seen it, it's a marvel to watch. But there's a direct message in there, and that's why it kind of gave me the inspiration to come on tonight. Before I head over to Kurt in about 15, I want to come on and share with you guys. That movie to me was how I was and why my life wasn't working out back then. And if you guys see in the movie and you get it, you know the synopsis of it, you know what's going on with it, you understand that Will Smith, the character of Chris Gardner, didn't change until he changed his environment. He was at Dean Whittemore. He was with people who were successful in life. So the pursuit of happiness, yes, in the very beginning, the reason why he wasn't happy because he was chasing it. What I'm trying to tell you was when he changed his environment, he was being it. And the quote box tonight, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. This is the secret they don't tell you in that movie. Most importantly, it's not how us Generation Xers per se were raised. We weren't raised in believing to be something. We had to go out and prove ourselves to create that something. And a lot of us had to endure the trials and errors of life. A lot of this could have been avoided with just a mindset of success, because that mindset of success is what's going to create the success in life. And you notice towards the latter of the movie that he started becoming successful when he believed he can become successful. But what did he do in the beginning of that movie? He was surrounded with negativity, and whatever his spouse, the surroundings, the neighborhood, everything around him was telling him what he couldn't do. And then he goes on and wakes up one day. He takes his son out to play some basketball before he has to go on a service call, and he says these iconic words. And maybe it hit him in the movie because after that everything kind of started to change around it. But he had to hit rock bottom. You got to realize how far down you go to realize how far you can go in life. But he said these words, and you guys probably know them by heart. You got a dream, you got to protect it. When people can't do something for themselves, they are going to tell you that you can't do it. How many of you guys have heard that in your quest of whatever you're trying to have, be, or do in life? And it goes on to say, if you want something, go and get it, period. After that, when he saw the reaction from his son on his son giving up, it was like the epiphany that he saw himself in the mirror. It's sometimes when you're trying to show somebody something, you realize you're showing yourself to the world, and then you're realizing who you are. It's that realization or reflection in life that gets the gas going back in your tank. And out of the quote box, like I mentioned, when you can't find the sunshine, you be the sunshine. Be is the verb. It's the moving sense, to have an objective. Hence, existence free from bias, prejudice, and favoritism. What does that mean, free from bias? Free from anything. You're allowing the universe to come to you. You're allowing what you want. You're letting go of who you were to allow in what you want to become. So that's that B part of it. Next, you got to have perseverance indeed. That noun version of perseverance is a continued effort, not necessarily on an outside level. This is a mental effort. This is what we were not taught, and I can guarantee you, every one of you can concur with me on this. We weren't taught in a lot of ways that everything starts within and projects out, because the information on quantum physics is so new. I think, what, 70 years? And that's new in the scientific realm. And scientific experiments take decades and decades and decades to ratify themselves to the general public. And believe me, if they know something, they're not going to tell us anyway. But at the same time, it's stuff that we're getting now. The internet is inundated with self-care, with self-help. And if you guys immerse yourself in the same way of understanding how your mind works, you'll understand how your reality is being created. It's a simple philosophy that will change everything on a tangible level for you. But you have to believe in it. You have to be that in order to bring that. I said this countless times at America's Mentor, and I'll probably say it so they put me in the ground or whatever they might do. But the point being is you, who you want to be is what you're going to attract, no matter what. That's what I mean about unbiased. Who you are and who you aren't, whatever way you're right, because it's a conscious choice by you to choose that person you are. You can't blame life for your troubles. You can't blame anybody for what's going on around you except by how you think, because everything is brought to you by your thought about it. And from that thought, it creates the energy which attracts it back to you. That karmic effect that I always talk about here in America's Mentor. It's so prevalent in our lives. It's so important to realize that they've been telling us, literally for thousands and thousands of years, that if you follow the simple rule of believing in yourself, but they said it so esoterically, how should we say, in scripture and this and that, that scared people away to believing on something that wasn't true. But in actuality, it was. They were explaining science and metaphysics to us 101. But it was taught to us and preached to us and shown to us by somebody else's perspective. You're seeing the results now with the scientific data on neuroscience and quantum physics. You're seeing all this on how the mind creates everything. It starts the wheels in motion of your outside world, but how you feel about yourself on your inside world. So remember that for yourself. In Galatians 6:9 said this, and I got to go jump over with Kurt for America's New Escape. Got to test out the new cameraman. Maybe I'll put it on over here and do a show from that, but I want to test that out tonight as well. And Galatians says this. It's really simple. Let us not become weary in doing good. For the proper time, we will reap a harvest. For the proper time, what they're talking about is, everybody thinks it's something different. No, the proper time of frequency, your alignment to what you want. That's what they call, hence, a miracle. When you align yourself with what you want and do it on a constant level, that mental perseverance, this is what they're getting at in Scripture. They're telling you, guys, keep doing it till you start believing it enough where you align with it. That's what they call miracles or synchronicities that are happening in your life, because you're attracting what you're thinking about all day long. And they said it many times in quotes, you are, what you think about all day long. And you attract from that what you think about all day long. So why not shoot? When you can't find the sunshine, be it. I mean, I kind of cloak myself in the color to kind of give you guys a chuckle tonight. But in essence, the more, how should we say, happier you are with what you're doing or trying to do or trying to have, be, and do, the faster you're going to attract it. It's not just by doing good, it's just you being that best you. Because that be, to have an objective, you have an objective to better yourself. That objective to better yourself outweighs any negativity or past experiences, because you're facing forward in your footsteps, in your life, in your thoughts, in your beliefs. When that's what they're talking about, time will reap a harvest. It's when you align with everything you want, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and physically. You align with it 100%. That's why I always say, give it your all or don't give it at all. When you realize that, you realize you only follow your heart in what you do. You only believe in yourself the best way you can, because you're creating from that. It should be a great wake-up call for you guys to really, really jack into your minds and understand the true power that we have. I know it sounds kind of hairy-fairy to a lot of people. I get it, but I lived on both sides of the spectrum. I was on both sides of the track on this narrative. I chose the other side of the track when I realized, wow, I'm creating this. Well, it was a epiphany that really woke me up. And my information sharing here on America's Mentor hopefully will wake you guys up. It'll help you realize who you are. It'll help you realize that in order to get where you want to go, you got to be happy about it. You got to understand that you deserve it, that you're worthy of it, that you can create it just by thinking about it, because that's the starting point that creates the ideas and the energy and the frequency and the perseverance, the mental and physical perseverance to keep pushing in your lives. So guys, really, jack it on for yourself. Think about it for yourself. If you're not happy where you are, think about where you are. Is that where you want to be? Is that where you want to go in your life? Whatever it might be, just think about it for yourself. And then you realize where you are now is what you're creating later. It should be a great wake-up call to ask yourself the most amazing questions in life. What do I want to create? Because all I have to do is use my starting point of thought and emotion, combine that powerful force in unison with the universe and what I want, and it will bring all I want, guys. So think about it for yourself. America's Mentor _radio at Instagram. What the hell am I laughing at? At America's Mentor on X, guys. Forgive me. Follow me, Jerry Maldonado, too, for unique information like this to help you to your destination. I got to head over and see Kurt tonight, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Happy Tuesday to you. Splurge yourself, guys. Be yourself. Be the best you.